Today's podcast is brought to you by Quantrix Modeler Introductory Training, teaching the fundamental foundation that you need to become a Quantrix master. Go to quantrixauthority.com to learn more.
Show me how you do Quantrix.
Hey, welcome back to another Netcast. I'm Rich Lopez, Quantrix Authority. Sincerely appreciate you joining me today for episode number 208, where I'm going to feature some awesome functionality of Quantrix 2018, indent or tab formulas. I have here a basic model. It has a switch statement here where I'm trying to evaluate a couple criteria, and you can see that the way this is written, it's got a switch and an and, it's got the at symbol in it, it's got a value function, it's got hashtag row, it's got another and it's got a value, hashtag row. So there's a lot going on with this switch statement, and it can be a little bit confusing, right? As a best practice, the way I like to write my switch statements is I like to break them up onto lines, right? So I would simply have switch, and then I would put on the different line the first condition, which is and at department equals sysops, comma, at projector name equals sysops, this, so on. And then what happens is my next argument is the value if this first condition is true, right? Which is this equals this text plus this value, hashtag row. Well, then what happens is I go to condition 2, but I want to see this on a different row. So I would hit my control enter key, and it moves it down to a second row. So I can see it completely and easily separated from the first condition. I can see the second condition. And then what is my value there? My default value. This is not met. Well, then that's what this triple pound size is in this case statement. So I'm actually going to move my default value down to another line as well. And then maybe what I'll even do is I will take my last parenthesis here and I'll move it down to its separate row. That way it just kind of stays clean and away from all of the other parentheses and all the other arguments I have in my function. So that's kind of a best practice of how I write my formulas within Quantrix. But another thing that's come out in 2018 that I absolutely love, and I actually requested of Brian C. at Quantrix last year at Seminar by the Sea, is I said we've got to come up with a way where we can indent our formulas so that in case we want to see certain things lining up or whatever, I want to be able to indent my formulas. I don't want to have to necessarily tab over like or space over like that. So lo and behold, guess what they added in 2018? I'm hitting my tab button. So I can now tab over and indent within formulas on certain lines. And that sort of thing makes my day. They don't have it so I can hit shift back tab yet, so I have to use my backspace in order to tab back. But I'm sure the next release coming out in February, they'll have shift back tab, right? I hope so. Anyway, this ability to tab and how I write my formulas is truly awesome. Just to show you another complex formula that I'm using on at my day job, if you will, is, you know, I have this formula. It's got a lot going on, and I've been able to add some notes to it. I've been able to break out each part of my if statement on different lines. And again, I just think going forward, now that I have the ability to tab, I'm not going to spend so much time entering spaces. I'm just going to be able to hit my tab key and get my formulas really looking sharp and clean. Truly a work of art, truly easy to debug. So anyway, shout out to the Quantrix team for adding that type of functionality to Quantrix Modeler 2018. If you're using Quantrix Modeler 2018, please give me a comment and tell me what you like best about the improvements they've made to Quantrix. I'd love to hear from you in the community. If you have any questions about Quantrix, I do hope that you'll reach out to me at quantrixauthority@gmail.com. I absolutely love Quantrix. I want to make you a Quantrix master. So please join me again for another episode of Quantrix Authority with Rich Lopez.